Okay, so if I make some more of these, I can't keep doing these the whole game, so I'm going to make them quick. So here we go. Again, Zach Smith stuff, check it out. Menace to Sports, you can see it right on the screen. I just wanted to say quick, there was something Kirk Herbstreit was saying in the broadcast. I was checking this out real quick, but about Todd Monken and the great job he did as offensive coordinator of Georgia, and that he combines the physicality with play action. Dude, it's called power with the spread. I'm just saying, it's and there is play action, but there's also misdirection, and there's a whole lot of other things going on. It's not that simple. But anyways, okay. Power and spread are a real simple way of saying it. You might as well just say it generally, and then you get into the specifics of it all. But there's all kinds of ways to do it. Okay. And Monken has a background that's in the option. His cousin runs the spread option stuff, flexbone, or broken flexbone. He has a background that goes all the way back to the old spread stuff that Brian Kelly learned from a guy named Tom Beck, that goes back to a guy named Howard Fletcher doing this stuff in the 50s. The Dutch Meyer stuff. He got it right from the Spread Formation Football book. That's what that stuff. This is all Todd Monken's background. Then he has a lot of stuff from Dirk Cutter and some other guys in the pro stuff. And then he had the air raid, the actual power spread air raid, because it was the Holgerson style, which is more power spread air raid, which, like, Holgerson even at one point said this stuff even isn't air raid anymore. Well, it was still air raid concepts with the power spread, though. He was doing a lot of power spread stuff. The diamond sets in the back. Todd Monken has all this in his background repertoire. You sort of can't even tell from what he's doing here. It probably is in line with more what Kirby Smart would want from an offense. But anyway, it's still really great stuff. So, reason I'm showing this real quick, well, it was supposed to be quick. I'll try to make it quick now. These guys, after that after the last thing I had showed you in the last video, then they had a big pass completion over the middle against a sort of a regular cover one with off coverage in the man-to-man. It was pretty easy pickings. Mitchell, again, the receiver coming back from injury, 2 big catches already. Really good stuff by Monken. He's using 1-2 personnel with 2 tight ends and been spreading the field like crazy, letting Stetson Bennett just operate in the spread pass situation. And Bennett's pretty good at it. He makes mistakes, but he also makes a lot of good plays. He's definitely, like, he's a baller, and he has some spread passing skills. And then he makes some mistake, whatever. JJ for Michigan is a baller, and he can really move around and make big plays, and he's a really great leader, but he really isn't good at the spread pass. And I don't know if he ever will be. I think he could be, but he'd have to work that direction. I love how Monken gets the power and the spread working. Where, again, Harbaugh's guys, Matt Weiss is really good, but he's a pro guy. He tends to stick more towards the power side of the power PS Pro sort of thing. Anyway, onward. So they after that big pass to Mitchell over the middle, they race up to the line here, tempo out of nowhere. Monken will kind of do a slow no huddle, sometimes a sugar huddle, sometimes huddle. But now they race up to the line. Look at this. This is Bauer right here. This is Washington. 2 tight ends, 1-2 personnel, spread out. Not as much as Bryles. Bryles would have them on the sidelines, but spread out enough, believe me. And we race up to the line, and this is what we do. Blitz by Ohio State. Check it out. I love it. Knowles is being aggressive. Great line. This is one. Look at this. Left tackle. Zach has gotten down on this guy a lot. He's a huge recruit. He's got a lot of talent. You can see it. He does screw up a lot, But this time, look, good pass protection by him. Oh, he's getting knocked off the ball, but whatever, by Harrison. Anyway, in the end of the day, it was good. I still can't. All right, Zach's right. But anyways, okay. So anyways, but pass protection, whatever. Look at good pass protection. We have a couple of go routes, a couple verticals, option route. Interesting stuff. This is a Mike Leach thing. It's funny, I talked to an air raid guru, a high school guy. None of you guys are going to know him anyway, and honestly, I can't remember his name at the moment. But he was a really cool guy. I talked to him on the phone, this is years ago, and he was telling me there's no option routes that he knows of in the air raid. Am I crazy? Because I always thought there were. But anyways, okay. So, I mean, there's option routes everywhere nowadays. I mean, some option routes, even the West Coast stuff, the pro spread stuff. So anyways, this guy has the option to cut it short or go deep, and Bennett snaps himself. He kicks himself later. He knew what, because look, this is off coverage, right? Check it out. Again, Zach calls it out right away. I mean, off coverage, there it is. So they're doing man free. Man free means one guy free, man in the middle, free safety, single coverage otherwise. Can be a pattern match or a man-to-man all the way, whatever. This is like man-to-man. I think this is man-to-man all the way, but again, this pick and find hairs. It doesn't really matter. So for our purposes. So yeah, he's man-to-man. And he's way off this guy. So this guy breaks off the route, option route. That's the right move, right? Boom. Tell you what, good stuff by Brown right there. He's still on him. It's really good, actually. So, but anyways, Bennett throws it deep. He was also in tempo. They don't do the tempo a lot. It's only as a surprise. And sometimes that's one thing about the air raid and the triple option flex bone stuff. It's a repeatable, it's all about execution. You do a couple different things, you can do it over and over and over and get great at it. Sometimes when you mix in you do more multiple variable, you're not quite as good. Like, I'm not sure that in these two tempos, this one and the next one I'll show you, Georgia was off, So they did a great pass protect, but overall good coverage by Ohio State, by the way, all the way around. That's Bauer and that's Ransom on him. Lathan Ransom, whatever his name. Anyways, he's the strong safeties on him. So, okay. Let's move to the next one quick. You see some of the good pass blocking here. Yeah, that left tackle held his ground there. Okay. Good stuff all the way around. Okay. Just misconnect on the pass. Then they did a nice little one over the middle here, which because again, this is more what I call the robot with this linebacker racing back in the hole. Not a full Tampa 2 like the old days where he races beat back here. He's just in the hole, but they throw it underneath him to Washington. Perfect. Good. Bennett's good at the spread pass, man. It's not like Stroud, but he's definitely not. He's somewhere in between Stroud and JJ. And then, so here's the big. Oh no, that's the one again. Okay, so now we're gonna bring up third and short. This is wild. Here it is from the camera angle. Okay, look, he kept it because look. Tiamulu, whatever you say his name, JT, our great defensive end, comes flying in. Okay, Tui Luau, something like that. Comes flying in. And yeah, Bennett should keep, right? But you've got Chambers, and they do this a lot. A lot of teams are doing this. Knowles does it a lot. It's the gap exchange. And Tui Luau, from flying in, still Chambers, bust around him, and it totally shuts down the read option. But this is an RPO, okay? Look at this. Look at this. Nice. Not as wide as Bryles, but you've got twins on both sides, spread out. This is a power spread give. Power spread. Power it up the spread, up the gut. Or an actual spread pass. Pull it and throw it. Well, he pulls it, but because he didn't know Chambers was in what I call a run blitz, it says a run stunt blitz, or you can gap exchange. It's both, however you want to view it. Both of those are what it is. It's two concepts in one right there. So you've got like a run blitz stunt and a gap exchange. So in other words, Tui Molau. I said it three different ways. All right. Anyway, he takes that gap right here by coming in hard, and that gap, which is supposed to be the linebackers, Chambers pops out on the stunt and replaces him. His stunt gap exchange. Exchanges. They exchange it. Okay, but more than that, it's also a run blitz. It's very aggressive. Eichenberg was flying up in there too. Of course, it's third and short. Makes sense. So he keeps it. Makes sense. He didn't know this guy was coming around, and he doesn't have time. Whoops, no time. Look at this guy. That's a first down probably. Over here, look at this. They're off coverage. No time. No time. Okay? And you're going to see something worse than that. See this guy running right here? Where's our safeties? Uh-oh. 7 men in the box. Confusion. Look at the confusion here. Look at the confusion. What's going on, guy? You up there. I'm up there. We up there. We don't know where we're at. It's part of the problem. I mean, this is still new. Knowles is new. Personnel. This is still a work in progress. Ohio State's defense vastly improved. Away still has more to go. Racing over here at the last second. So those screen passes would have worked, but scary. Look at the give to the running back. He slashes through the hole. Uh-oh. What's that? And watch him throw his arms up. Watch this. Watch the running back. Watch this. I think it's McIntosh, I think. Yeah. Come on. Let's go. What the hell? Look at him out there. Jesus, Jiminy Crickets, however you say it. Anyway, so, and here you see it. Vincent again, the same thing against Michigan. Zach called this out. Absolutely true. Same thing. I'm not down on Vincent as much as he may be. I like Vincent to a degree, but no, so the center, which Zach has come down on, rightly so at times, but great block here by the center. Look at that. Gets around him, gets the leverage on him. Good block out by the left guard. Again, the left tackle holding his own there. And the problem is Vincent's out of his gap just a bit. Doesn't take much. That's the thing you learn. I mean, coaches know this. Like, that's why they scream and yell about the details. That's why Nick Saban's yelling, I don't want to be hearing about your mother in Detroit. Concentrate, focus on your assignment. Because one little detail, look at that. He's not that much. Coach, it was just a little bit. Well, there it is. Tuimolo, that the fourth way I've said it, comes in and is not there in time. McIntosh through that hole. Watch this. Yeah, this is what coaches do a lot too. They go back and forth a lot. So do I. Okay, here we go. Because he's making a point. Look at that. Wide open, man. It's crazy. There's no safety there. It's an aggressive set. It's an aggressive power spread defense. And that's the thing. If it wasn't so aggressive, they're going to get their yards. But they won't break a big one. Being aggressive, if you do your job, you're going to shut them down. Or you might make them totally screw up. See? This aggression, yes, he blew that gap. But this aggression made the screw up by Bennett. That's the point of aggression. You take a chance, risk reward. This could have been a touchdown, Georgia, but great aggressive scheme. I love it. Love it. Tuimolo, fifth way I've said it, has scared him into keeping it. Chambers is out there, and now we got Chambers like, look at this. He's on the hunt. He's on the hunt. He's hunting it down. And here comes Burke up here, right? Yeah, Burke comes off his guy. I think those screens were open for a first, but then the up the gut was a touchdown. And he did there was three options, and he did the third worst option, running for his life. Yep, and they didn't get the first, and not even close. They had to try a field goal, and then they missed a field goal. Guy pulled it left. So, again, this was very similar to the TCU Michigan. Not exactly the same. This wasn't as great a drive as Michigan's, but this was pretty darn good. And it's funny, they went tempo on this third down. So they went tempo on the first down, miscommunication on the go route, tempo on the third down, and a total screw up, kept keeping the ball. It is what it is. Georgia, great stuff coming down, great game plan to start, to spread the field out in their 1-2 personnel, hit the receivers, Bennett as a spread passer. The game plan by Michigan, I wouldn't say was so great. It just kind of ran it up the gut. We had a big run, but it was pretty good. I liked the one pass they had, and then I didn't mind that Philly special, but you have to be able to come out of that if it's not man-to-man, if it's in a zone. So that was a Michigan game. But I'm saying, both teams had nice, good drives to start. They were the favorite. Put down the hammer right off the bat. Say, this is the deal. We are the best team. We're up 7-0 now. Got it? I'm not saying they would have won because of that, but this was like, you know what? F you. This was an Ohio State F you. That was a TCU F you, man. You're not you go F yourself. That's what it was. And that's what this aggression, that's what I love about this stuff. I mean, schemes, the culture, the players. And Ohio State, this is something Zach said all along, and I agreed 100%. It's not about being tough. They were tough. It wasn't that. It's a work in progress on the defense is what it is. That's it. But anyways, they got it. They were aggressive, and it paid off. Almost went the other way right there, but it paid off. 0-0 still.